Hello, everybody. Welcome into your Talking Fitchburg headlines on this Monday, March 11th, 2024. Jeremy Crosby here. Hope you're having a great day and glad you're tuning in with us for your headlines. As we start this week off, we start with a reminder of a possible referendum and having you take that survey. You received a survey in the mail last week. I encourage you to share your input on a possible referendum. And it says here, as the city of Fitchburg continues to grow, the demand for city services, including public safety and our core municipal services like infrastructure development and maintenance, has also increased while funding for those services has not kept pace. City staffing has also not kept pace with city expanding responsibilities. A report was shared earlier in February breaking down the needs assessment for the city of Fitchburg and information about where we are in regards to the future and where the possible areas are to check into and learn more about. And we want to hear from you by taking the survey. We get your feedback, and that collected information can be used for council to make a decision on the priorities for residents of the city of Fitchburg and if a possible referendum would be warranted. Nevertheless, if you got any questions, you can contact City Hall with any of your questions for taking the survey, or else fill out the survey, get that back to us. We'll start seeing results come in and be sharing more information in upcoming meetings here in the coming weeks. All right, we've got absentee voting. The ballots will be going out tomorrow, and want to remind you of important deadlines coming up here. So the deadlines for the spring election include March 13th is the deadline to register by mail. Your voter registration form, along with proof of residence, must be postmarked to the municipal clerk no later than March 13th. On March 13th is the deadline to vote online if you want to register to vote. On March 29th, it is the deadline to register in your municipal clerk's office. So if you want to register to vote, you can do that in person in the clerk's office through March 29th. And then on April 2nd, you can register to vote at your polling location, 7 a.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. As far as absentee voting goes for the April 2nd election, March 12th is the deadline for municipal clerks to send out absentee ballots to the remaining voters with the active requests already on file, with the municipal clerk can be mailing those absentee ballots. On March 28th is the deadline to request an absentee ballot, regular and overseas voters. March 29th at 5 p.m. is also the deadline to request an absentee ballot for indefinitely confined and military not away from home. March 19th, possibly through March 31st, is the deadline for in-person absentee voters. Voters can request and vote absentee in person at their municipality clerk's office. We know that's going to be done in our Fitchburg room here at City Hall. And then April 2nd, the deadline for hospitalized voters. Voters who are in a hospital may request a ballot then brought to them an appointed agent if they are hospitalized 7 days preceding the election. Also on April 2nd at 5 p.m., that's a deadline to request an absentee ballot if you're military away from home, and if a voter of the military, then your absentee ballot request must be received by the municipal clerk's office no later than 5 p.m. on April 2nd. And finally, on April 2nd, it's the deadline to return absentee ballots. If you haven't already received a ballot, you must return that ballot or mail it to your clerk's office. Ballot must be received in the clerk no later than 8 p.m. on the election night. If you're like, wow, that was a lot of information, you can go to our website, fitchburgwi.gov, click on our city clerk's area, and you'll be able to get all the information you need for voting, the deadlines, and myvote.wi.gov that has all the information you need to access voting information. And you can get that and more there for more information. And then the Department of Motor Vehicles offering information on obtaining a ID for voting. So if you don't have a driver's license and you need an ID to vote, you can check in with the Department of Motor Vehicle. Valid identification for voting process includes driver's license, identification card, military or student ID. There is no separate voter ID or federally compliant real ID card required for the voting process. To obtain identification at the polls, there's a list of documentations that are available at the DMV's website customer center and available for you. It's at wisconsindmv.gov. And have a good night, everybody.